Hello, this is Professor Slaughter again, and I just want to review the assignment that's required, which is entitled the Cost versus Responsiveness Grid. And this specifically applies to the Business 280 classes. So you're going to go ahead and log into your classes, and under Course Content, you're going to click on this week's assignment folder. You'll notice that the assignments have been extended to November 12th. You do have the grid assignment, which we're discussing now, which will be due on the 17th. Okay, so let me show you where this cost responsiveness template is. Now you'll notice on the checklist that, I will go ahead and open this up. You'll notice on the checklist that it says watch the video entitled Working with the Cost versus Responsiveness Grid. That is this video here. Download the template entitled Cost versus Responsiveness Grid. Select 4 firms that do business internationally and plot their position on the grid as instructed on the video. Write a narrative on each company and explain why you placed them on the grid where you did. Your narrative should include examples of their products here and abroad, and your research should go well beyond the textbook. So let's look at how this is set up. First of all, let's go ahead and download the Cost Responsiveness Grid, which is an Excel file. Okay, and you will notice that if you look on the page number, I believe it is page 397 in your textbook, you will see a similar grid in your book. Now that whole section between page 397 and 401 has to do with working with this grid and making decisions on where companies could potentially be placed. So what I want you to do in this first step, you're going to identify 4 companies, you're going to look at their products and how they distribute or where they distribute overseas, what kind of products they offer as compared to here in the United States, and then you're going to evaluate their operation and their products and determine what you think where you think they will fit on this grid. Okay, if you look on the grid, you'll see that there's a block for low pressure cost reduction, high pressure cost reduction. If a company fits in the low pressure area, this is going to be a company that doesn't feel the competitive pressure to lower their cost. Of course, if they're in the high pressure area, then that's a company that is under a lot of pressure to reduce their cost. And the same thing with local responsiveness. If a company is under low pressure for local responsiveness, it basically means that they can offer the identical product in a foreign country that they can offer here. And likewise, if they are under high pressure for local responsiveness, then their product requires a certain amount of customization to the local culture, and the product is not so standardized. So they really need to be highly responsive to the local customer. Okay, so what you're going to do with the grid is this is an Excel file, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to put the company on each one of these 4 companies that you select. You're going to put them on the grid where you think they belong. Okay, so let's say that you're dealing with, let's say you select Verizon Wireless. Of course, now that I've used it, you can't, but let's just say, for example, that you selected Verizon Wireless, and I would make an assumption that Verizon Wireless is under a lot of pressure to reduce their cost, and then I would also think that regardless of where they are offering service internationally, that they need to be somewhat locally responsive to the local customer and offer the products that the customer wants, that they most readily identify with. So I would put Verizon Wireless probably about right here. Now again, this is based upon my own feeling of where Verizon Wireless should fit. Okay, so if we were to look at, say, a consumer products company like Procter & Gamble, the cost pressure could be really high, and then maybe their product line needs to be very responsive to the local customer, so maybe putting them over here. Okay, and you're going to do this with, and of course you can't use Procter & Gamble now, so you're going to have to select other companies besides these two. But technically you're going to have 4 more. And you're just going to mark the asterisk with a grid and just type in the company name. And so you'll have a total of 4. And then when you get ready to write your narrative, basically what you're going to do is in discussing each one of those companies, you're just going to explain your logic and why you put them, where you put them on the cost responsiveness grid. And you're going to give some examples of the product so that I can make sure that you're truly understanding where things are fitting and why they're, that your logic lines up with where you put them on the grid. And then you're going to save this as an Excel file. We can close that for now. Okay, and then it says upload your grid here. Now the grid's due November 17th, so you can go ahead, upload your grid there, and you upload it like any other assignment. And then you're going to upload your narrative to Save Assign. Okay, so your grid's going to be turned in here, and your narrative will be turned in under the Save assignment. So I hope this helps with giving you a little bit more clarity on the assignment and how you need to handle it. And if you have any questions, of course, you can give me a call or text me. Thank you so much.